What's going on, guys? British Brad here. Welcome back to another video. And today's video, we have another crazy story. And if you are new around here, guys, smash the like and subscribe button, or else the next time you go to McDonald's, a soccer mom will yell at you for being overweight. Now, I've been seeing videos on the internet about soccer moms and stuff like that, and I thought they weren't all that bad, and I thought, oh no, they're probably just making it up. But today I had a pretty interesting experience with a soccer mom. So I like to think of myself as a pretty healthy boy. I try to stay healthy most of the time, but occasionally I like to get a McDonald's. And so I was out with my mum, and I offered to pay for McDonald's for us. I was like, you know what, Mum, we don't really have McDonald's often. Should we get some just as like a one-off? And she goes, yeah, sure, okay, let's go. Anyway, so we pull up into McDonald's drive-thru. I didn't really want to go into the building because it's just covered with greasy fat guys and sweaty little kids screaming that they want extra chocolate. So we decided to pull up to the drive-thru. And the line was quite long. It's probably like the longest line I've ever seen at a McDonald's drive-thru, to be honest with you. So we're waiting to order our food, and we eventually do. We get to the thing and say, hey, we want whatever, burger, chips, or whatever we had at the time. But that's not important. And as we're passing around the corner, this woman backs up a little bit, and we barely tap her car, right? I'm telling you, it was like a tap, like a little tiny tap. And this angry soccer mom gets out of her car, and she's all like, how dare you touch my car, look at the state of it. And my mom gets out and she's like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump into your car like that, let me see the damages. Anyway, so she looks at the car and they both look completely fine, and she goes, look at the state of it, look at it, look, there's a tiny bump, a tiny little barely noticeable bump. You're gonna pay $1,000 for the damages. And my mom's like, no, I'm not paying that much. First off, you were backing into us and we were going forward, so technically it could go both ways. And plus, our cars barely touched. I don't even know if they touched at all. And so I was just sat in the car watching my mum and this soccer mum argue like crazy. Anyway, so the managers come out, the McDonald's manager saying, is there a problem here? And they're going, yeah, she, and I overheard little bits of it, she crashed into my car. And anyway, so then, yeah, they're just arguing back and forth, and they go and look at it, so they say, all right, well, let's go and look at the CCTV, and let's see what happens. And lo and behold, the footage was actually really clear, believe it or not. It was actually like, the camera was just at the perfect angle to show exactly what happened. And it turns out this woman had stopped her car a little bit before we came around the corner so we would bump into it. But my mum, who is an excellent driver, by the way, saw this and stopped, and you literally can just see the very tip. Literally, I don't even know if they touched. I can't even say they touched. Like, I'd say, all right, let's say they did touch. It was barely a graze, barely touched it. And anyway, at this point, a massive line is building up outside, and people are like, beep, 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 behind me, beep, 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 behind me. And anyway, so my mom says, all right, well, what are your contact details? She takes the contact details of this woman, and we hop back in the car, get our food, and get the hell out of there. And, that's the story of how a soccer mom yelled at my mom for something that she, I don't know if she did it, or I don't know if it was innocent, I don't know. One thing I do know for sure, though, is that next time I want to be driving the car, so I have my own car. Anyway, guys, that'll do it for today's story. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll see you guys on the next one.